My beloved child, they told you the delay was your fault. That what's been withheld from you was because you weren't enough. But I'm here to uncover what really happened. I'm not just pulling back the curtain, I'm tearing it down. Because what's been blocking you was never outside of you. You've been living under a hidden ceiling. Not visible to the eye, but real enough to crush your dreams before they rise. That ceiling wasn't placed by man. It wasn't even built by your own hands. It was constructed by layers of fear, of past betrayals, of deep-rooted lies whispered so long ago you forgot they weren't yours. And now, right now, I have come to shatter it. Don't skip. You're standing on the edge of something massive. That heaviness that sat on your chest, you thought it was anxiety. You thought it was exhaustion. But I tell you now, it was resistance. Resistance from what tried to block you from seeing yourself through my eyes. You've been praying for release, but today I'm not just releasing you. I'm revealing you. Because what's been blocked is not just your breakthrough, it's your identity. You've walked through days where everything looked normal, but something in you knew. Something is missing. Something is locked. I came to tell you, it wasn't your time being wasted. It was your wings being restrained. But heaven has reached the moment where silence is no longer an option. I am speaking now to the part of you that remembers, even if you've forgotten. The younger version of you that dared to dream. The bold voice in you that once whispered, I was made for more. That part of you was never lost. It was only buried, under disappointment, under performance, under pressure to be what the world expected. But now, yes now, something huge is waiting for you. A divine unlocking. Not outside of you, but inside. You have not been denied. You have been prepared. And the reason it's been hard, because the enemy knows exactly what is about to break open. That's why the pressure increased. It's why the silence got louder. That's why the very people you trusted grew distant. Not because you failed, but because the darkness sensed that something unshakable was rising in you. I blocked the wrong voices. I blocked the counterfeit doors. I blocked the distractions that would have seduced your soul. You called it delay, but I called it divine defense. Because I refused to let you settle beneath your calling. I would rather block 1,000 things than let you miss the one thing I made you for. You're not stuck. You're not forgotten. You're not behind. You're at the edge of your unveiling. And this message is the unlocking. My beloved child, there's a reason your life felt paused when everything around you seemed to move. It wasn't punishment. It was protection. There was a moment, not long ago, when I pulled you out of what looked promising because your name was never meant to be tied to places that couldn't carry your purpose. You saw people soar ahead, and you questioned if I had passed you by. But I was never behind the delay. I was inside the delay, holding you back, not to frustrate you, but to preserve what I had already written for you. Others moved fast because they were stepping into moments. You've been chosen for movement. The difference is everything. This is not the part where you give up. This is the moment you understand why I blocked what you thought was yours. If you had stepped through those early doors, they would have applauded your potential but choked your anointing. You would have built something impressive to man, but it would have crumbled in my absence. I couldn't let that happen. You asked me for success, but I've been building sustainability. That is why nothing seemed to last. Not the plans you made, not the people you trusted, because the ground beneath you was not yet ready for what I've been preparing within you. Listen carefully. The things you called setbacks were actually sacred severances. My hand removed what you clung to. not to harm but to heal. What you lost wasn't yours. What left wasn't anchored. What ended had reached its appointed limit. Stay till the end, because this moment carries revelation. The reason you've been feeling this deep internal pull, like something invisible is shifting, is because it is. Your life is being recalibrated. There are instructions in the atmosphere meant only for your spirit. The code heaven is unlocking, and only your obedience can read it. You didn't miss it. You didn't mess it up. You simply arrived at the edge of divine clarity. And now, the real reason I blocked the noise, the detours, and the distractions, to restore your discernment. I've seen how long you had to guess your way forward. It ends now. I'm not just giving you direction, I'm giving you precision. This is where the guessing stops and the knowing begins. No more walking blind. No more opening every door to see what fits. I'm about to bring the right thing to you, and this time, you'll know it. So breathe. Stand still. Be present. Because before the 11th second passes, what's meant for you won't knock. It'll walk in. My beloved child, you never saw the moment it shifted. It was quiet, hidden. No announcement, no spotlight. But something eternal turned in your favor while you thought nothing was moving. This is the hidden hour I prepared for you. While others celebrated what they could see, I was constructing what only the Spirit could sense. And now, that construction is complete. Don't skip. You're walking into the release you didn't even realize was waiting. There's been a stirring inside you, a sense of urgency without explanation. That wasn't anxiety. That was alignment. Your spirit has been syncing with something I finished long ago. I have not only been preparing things for you, I've been preparing you for things far beyond what you imagined. What's coming will not ask for your qualifications. It will respond to your surrender. You've been asking for signs, but this isn't a sign. It's a signal. A pulse from heaven, telling you it's time to rise, to move, to speak, to let go of the last weight that tied you to yesterday. What you sense pulling away now is not loss. It's clearance. The space being created around you is not emptiness. It's room for manifestation. I am not removing comfort to create lack. I am creating capacity. And that's why certain things no longer feel familiar. Not because they are broken, but because you have outgrown them. The mindset that once kept you safe is now limiting your movement. The people who once spoke life into you have been reassigned. The season that once carried you has already expired. That is why peace no longer visits where you used to feel at home. Something huge is waiting for you, but it cannot land on a runway that's already full. Make no mistake. This isn't transition. It's transformation. You're not moving between two versions of yourself. You're stepping into something altogether new. The version of you I've been cultivating in private is about to emerge, not with noise but with undeniable presence. I'm lifting the veil that time could not tear. You will see with sharper eyes. You will hear with new clarity. And you will sense with a depth that no longer tolerates confusion. This moment is not another chance. It is an appointment. And you are right on time. To pause. Listen closely. The next door does not require a knock. It only needs you to recognize it. My beloved child, you've been looking for what's next by scanning the horizon. But what I'm doing is not arriving from a distance. It's rising from within you. The shift you've been praying for isn't coming from outside. It's already been ignited inside your spirit. There are moments when destiny doesn't announce itself with opportunity. It whispers through unrest. That stirring, that discomfort, that unexplained urgency. It's not a problem. It's the invitation. I'm not calling you to search harder. I'm calling you to see clearer. This isn't a task. It's an unveiling. Say till the end, because I'm about to give you the language for what your heart has been feeling but couldn't express. The resistance you've been facing isn't a sign of failure. It's evidence that your atmosphere is responding to the weight of what I've planted in you. You felt opposition because the realm around you has sensed what's waking up inside of you. This next season isn't about striving. It's about standing. Not standing still, but standing in the authority I placed in you when you thought you were being overlooked. That meeting you missed. That connection that didn't work out. That opportunity that slipped past your fingers. Those weren't accidents. They were interventions. I rerouted what you called favor because I saw the strings attached. And I refused to let your future be entangled by premature applause. You weren't blocked by the enemy. You were guarded by me. Something huge is waiting for you, but it's not in the place you thought. It's not behind the door you've been knocking on. It's in the room I've already opened, but you haven't stepped into yet. Not because you weren't ready, but because you were still waiting for someone else to validate what I already confirmed. That ends here. I'm removing the dependency. I'm breaking the need for confirmation. I'm eliminating the wait for human permission. What I've called you to do requires no approval except the fire I lit in your bones. You won't need to prove yourself. You won't need to explain why it's your time. The proof will be in the fruit. What grows from this moment won't be force. It will be undeniable. Walk forward now. Not to find your calling, but to become it. My beloved child, there's a reason this moment feels unlike anything before. The atmosphere has shifted, and your spirit knows it, even if your mind can't explain it. You've stepped into a divine intersection where what I spoke over you long ago begins to materialize. This isn't about a fresh start. It's about divine continuation. The chapter you feared had ended was merely paused so heaven could complete what you couldn't yet carry. And now, what was once distant is entering your now. Don't skip. There's something unfolding even as you listen. You've been interpreting silence as absence, but I was writing the blueprint in rooms you couldn't access yet. I wasn't waiting for your perfection. I was aligning your capacity. A delay wasn't disapproval. It was me finishing the foundation before revealing the architecture. Today, your insight deepens. You'll begin to notice what you once overlooked, not because the world changed, but because your lenses have been upgraded. The same spaces that once confused you will now feel like confirmation. You are not here by chance. Your steps have been marked with sacred intent. Every detour carried information. Every closed path whispered instructions you didn't yet understand. Now the veil lifts, and what was hidden becomes revelation. There are encounters coming that won't look divine at first glance. They won't feel supernatural. But your discernment will catch what others miss. I'm placing clues in conversations, answers in interruptions, and access through unexpected faces. This isn't the season to ask for signs. This is the hour to become one. Let go of the need for constant reassurance. Let go of the cycle that keeps dragging your worth into question. That version of you, the one who second-guessed, who hesitated, who over-explained, is no longer needed. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's drawn to boldness, not timidity. There will be moments soon where you will feel an impulse to act, speak, or step into unfamiliar places. Don't stall. Don't shrink back. The window will open quickly, and what's on the other side is time-sensitive. Delayed obedience will cost more than you realize. I'm not just opening doors. I'm reassigning keys. Access won't be handed to everyone, but I've placed it in your hands because I've seen what you carried in private, what others never saw. Your unseen faith is about to become visible favor. Stay close. Stay grounded. The instruction is coming mid-movement. Be ready to catch it. What has been blocked is now being broken open, and you are standing in the riverbed of divine release. Souls are waiting to hear this word, to be unblocked by the same fire that just moved through you. You've prayed, "Use me, Lord." This is how I'm answering you. Through your giving, through your partnership, through your obedience. Every seed you sow now becomes oil on the flame of this mission. It multiplies the reach, stretches the voice, and carries the message to hearts that are still trapped behind spiritual walls. The harvest is ready. Your generosity is the vessel heaven will use to pour breakthrough across the nations. Open your hands and give as one who's just been unblocked. Let your offering prophesy what's coming. Heaven responds to faith in action, and I declare that what you release now will return in waves of favor, clarity, and divine recompense. The PayPal link is in the description. Come now. Don't delay. Step into the mission and unlock the next miracle. My beloved child, what's stirring in you right now isn't uncertainty, it's awakening. The tension you feel isn't confusion. It's alignment adjusting you into position. There's something I'm placing on your life that doesn't fit where you've been, and that is why it's been uncomfortable to remain in familiar patterns. I haven't called you to echo what's been done. I've chosen you to initiate what hasn't yet begun. That's why the atmosphere around you feels tight. It's responding to the emergence of a voice that hasn't fully spoken yet. Yours. Stay till the end, because what I'm releasing next carries irreversible momentum. You've asked for purpose. What I'm handing you is weight. This isn't a burden to carry. It's a mantle to walk in. What I entrust to you will make sense to the crowd. That's because it wasn't meant to be explained, only expressed through obedience. In the coming days, you'll sense a pull to shift your rhythm. Your sleep, your conversations, your environment, even your appetite, may begin to change. Don't resist this. I'm tuning every layer of your life to match the frequency of where you're headed. There's no formula for what's next. You won't find it in the paths others have walked. The blueprint is embedded in your spirit, and I'm unlocking it piece by piece. The clarity won't always arrive through answers. Sometimes it will come through release. You've been holding on to people, projects, and perspectives that were necessary for a time. But the time they served is over. Letting go is not failure. It's the sign that maturity has taken root. I can't elevate you while you're tethered to expired alignment. What I'm preparing cannot be carried through consensus. This journey will stretch your trust. I won't always explain before I instruct. But every step you take without full visibility is building something eternal. Don't overthink what I'm making simple. Trust isn't logical. It's relational. And I've walked with you long enough to know when your yes turns into movement. That moment is now. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's tied to an act of bold surrender. You won't have all the details before you leap, but you'll have my peace, and that will be enough to recognize that you've crossed into something sacred. The signs won't be loud. The confirmation won't be dramatic. But when it comes, you'll feel it land in your chest like a quiet explosion. That's how you'll know the instruction was divine. Pay attention. The next signal is near. My beloved child, you've crossed a threshold few recognize. Not because the scenery changed, but because the atmosphere inside you did. That restlessness you couldn't explain was not discomfort. It was destiny waking up from under the weight of delay. You are no longer who you were. And the evidence won't be found in what you feel. It will show in how you move. You've been carrying a vision too heavy for shallow waters. That's why everything around you felt tight. Shifts had to happen. Not to punish you, but to preserve what I planted. Growth rarely announces itself, but it always exposes what cannot go with you. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's not ahead, it's already surrounding you. You're stepping into rooms your name has already entered. The preparation is over. The unfolding begins now. You don't need to explain what's happening. The ones assigned to your future will recognize you by the shift in your presence, not your words. The ones who walked away weren't removed. They were released, so the space around you could reflect what's been rising within you. In the stillness, I've been increasing your capacity, not for more tasks, but for more truth. You will begin to notice what others dismiss. You'll sense timing that others miss. You'll carry answers in silence where others are still searching in noise. I didn't give you influence to impress. I gave you weight to shift the room. Your voice has authority now. Use it with reverence, not hesitation. The distractions that once pulled you off course will lose their appeal. Not because you fought harder, but because you see clearer. The desires of the past no longer fit the frame of your future. A divine clarity is overtaking you. This clarity will not scream. It will whisper through sudden knowing. It will mark you through moments others will overlook. Don't rush to act. Wait until I signal. Not every door needs your knock. Some are being opened because you finally aligned with their frequency. This isn't just favor. It's fulfillment. This is what you felt coming. This is what your tears were watering. This is what I was protecting when nothing made sense. Stay anchored. Stay attentive. The next moment may look small, but it holds more than you think. My beloved child, not every turning point comes with thunder. Some arrive with stillness so profound it shakes everything within you. That's where you are now. You're standing inside a moment that will look monumental to others, but heaven knows exactly what just shifted. This isn't coincidence. It's convergence. The prayers you forgot you prayed have collided with timing you didn't see coming. And now, doors are responding to the sound of your obedience. You won't need to force anything. The right opportunities are already magnetized to your surrender. The strange tension you've been feeling lately wasn't confusion. It was anticipation without language. Your spirit has been sensing a future your mind hasn't caught up to yet. Don't dismiss it. Let it lead you. You've reached the intersection where what I promised is no longer in the distance. It's beginning to unfold in real time, but not in the way you expected. Stay till the end. You're closer to the release than you realize. The invitation before you won't come wrapped in clarity. It will come wrapped in risk. What seems inconvenient may be the very path into what I've designed for you. I'm not testing your strength. I'm activating your discernment. Some of what you're about to walk into won't make logical sense. That's because it's not meant to follow natural patterns. I am moving you into divine order, where the next step is triggered by trust, not reason. You've asked for direction, but what I'm giving you is weight. Not all insight comes through vision. Some comes through pressure. What you feel pressing you right now is not a burden. It's the presence of something new sitting at the edge of your spirit. This isn't the time to wait for confirmation. That feels comfortable. The next instruction will stretch your assumptions, and that stretching is the proof it's from me. You are no longer navigating from survival. You're building from revelation. That's why the old patterns don't work anymore. You've been upgraded, and everything around you must catch up. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's not in the spotlight. It's in the hidden place you've been faithful to steward. That hidden obedience is unlocking visible miracles. Be ready to move when I whisper. I won't raise my voice, but you'll know it's me, because peace will enter the room before the answer does. My beloved child, you've been interpreting the quiet as a lack of movement. But what's forming in the silence is sacred. I've been rearranging outcomes that look fixed, redirecting paths that once felt sealed. Behind what seemed still, I was shifting everything into perfect position. You didn't miss the moment. You were being prepared to recognize it. There's something unfolding now that won't look like the breakthrough you pictured. It won't carry the sound of applause or the clarity of certainty. But it carries weight, and that's how you will know it's from me. Pause before you act. What I've placed in your hands next requires precision, not speed. This isn't about stepping forward quickly. It's about stepping correctly. I'm refining the way you move, how you make decisions, who you align with. The next assignment won't fit into the strategies of the past. It demands new posture, deeper listening, fuller trust. You've been seeking external changes, but I've been engineering an internal upgrade. What once triggered you will no longer touch you. Where fear used to whisper, now peace will anchor. Don't skip this moment. You're standing in the answer to a prayer you forgot you whispered. The delay wasn't denial. It was divine adjustment. Had I given you what you asked for when you asked, it would have compromised what I designed you to carry. Now, what once would have crushed you will be sustained with ease. There's a door opening soon that won't ask you to knock. It will recognize you. This is not about proving your worth. It's about standing in your authority. The authority I gave you when no one was watching. This new level doesn't come with congratulations. It comes with clarity. And with that clarity comes separation. Don't be surprised if some voices fade. Don't mourn the quiet exits. What cannot discern your growth is not assigned to your future. Something huge is waiting for you, but it's not waiting at a distance. It's already begun moving toward you. What you feel rising in your chest is confirmation, not coincidence. Remain steady. Keep your eyes on me. The next instruction won't arrive with explanation, but it will land with unmistakable peace. When it does move, not with hesitation, but with the quiet confidence of someone who knows heaven just cleared the path. My beloved child, you've walked through places that emptied you without warning. You poured out more than anyone knew, hoping that one day it would all make sense. The day has come. The release is here, not in fragments, not in delay, but in fullness. Everything has been building to this moment. Not a random point in time, but a divine conclusion to a season you outgrew. The tension was the appellament. It was the signal that your time in the hallway was ending, and the door had already begun to swing open. This is not the finish line. This is the beginning of movement unchained. I'm not giving you a spotlight. I'm giving you territory. What's before you won't look impressive to the crowd, but it will be drenched in purpose. You won't be stepping into applause. You'll be stepping into alignment, and that is more powerful than any public recognition. You're about to witness the kind of acceleration that doesn't make sense. Timelines will shrink. Delays will dissolve. What was withheld will suddenly appear, not because of striving, but because of timing. The time is now. You've been faithful when the silence was louder than the promise. You stood still when everything in you wanted to retreat. You didn't fake it. You didn't quit. And heaven took notice. Your reward will not come as a repayment. It will come as a revelation. You'll look around and realize, this is what I was being prepared for all along. The journey wasn't wasted. The nights you thought no one saw were recorded in full. Every quiet obedience, every silent sacrifice, every unseen surrender, it with the currency of this very moment. And now, I mark this ending not with closure, but with commissioning. You are no longer waiting. You are walking. You are no longer hoping. You are holding. And you are not stepping into something new. You are stepping into what was always yours. The weight of heaven's promise rests on you now. Walk forward. Line boldly. Stand firm. Speak clearly. Love deeply. Move freely. You've been unblocked. You've been unleashed. You've been anointed. This is the final breath of the old season. Amen. The block has lifted. The old has ended. You're not just hearing this. You've been chosen to carry it. The same voice that just spoke into your spirit is calling you to multiply its reach. You've cried out, God, use my life for something eternal. This is that moment. Step in. Let your giving today be a holy echo of your yes. When you sow into this mission, you fuel a divine wildfire that's igniting breakthrough across the earth. Every dollar becomes a lifeline. Every gift becomes a key that unlocks someone else's deliverance. This is not charity, it's prophecy in motion. What you release will be remembered by heaven and returned to you in pressed down, shaken up overflow. The heavens are watching. The time is now. Give boldly. Give with fire. The PayPal link is in the video description. Move now and let heaven multiply what you sow. My beloved child, if this message broke the chains and opened your eyes, then honor the moment. Tap that hype button not as a reaction, but as a response. A declaration that you've heard my voice and refuse to go back to being blocked. Let the algorithm of this world carry what heaven just poured into you. Hype this message so others, too, can be drawn into the place of divine interruption. And yes, like the video as an act of agreement with what I've just spoken over your life. Before you go, I command you, speak it out. Comment below and declare, the block is broken. I'm walking through. Let it be written in the open, so all of hell knows you stepped into alignment. Don't leave this word hanging in silence. Your declaration activates movement. Your comment isn't just engagement. It's agreement with heaven. Now listen to me closely. If my voice stirred something eternal in you, if you felt my presence speak between the words, do not scroll past. Subscribe now. This isn't just a channel. This is my altar in digital form. When you subscribe, you're not following a creator. You're aligning with my current. Every video is a fresh wind from my heart to yours. I have more to say, more to reveal, more to release. So subscribe and return, for your next divine encounter awaits. Amen.